the original story, like the original story that we got, the media was trying to paint, AB as just being crazy and out there and just, oh, it's not, it's just AB being AB and being stupid.
Right.
But
A
that dude's
diva.
got receipts. AB's got receipts and text messages saying that
A little bit too many.
they talked prior to the game. And not only that, the injury report for Tampa Bay even put Antonio Brown on the injury report, and there was a DNP for I think 2 or 3 days leading up to that Bucks game, where he didn't even practice because of that ankle. And their text message clearly say that he rolled it and that he's not 100%, but he's going to give it a try. He's going to try and go. But I think the narrative has kind of flipped now that we've seen, AB's release stuff and said like
a lot,
saying that like I was hurt and I was trying to play through an injury. And then I got my coaches on the sidelines telling me that if I don't go on the field, I'm cut.
Yeah.
Like that's not a good look for the coaches side. I think you put it perfectly to me. And you said that both sides handled it like awful. So
yes, they did.
I just want to get I 100% agree. I think both sides, like Antonio shouldn't have done what he did, but the coaches, Bruce Arians shouldn't have, like, you can't just say what he said either. So,
yes.
So I want to get give me what you think about that. Like you said it perfectly. So what do you got?
Well, I've thought about it a lot, and I've looked into everything that he said, and I've looked into what Arians said, and I listened to Tom Brady a little bit, and I think that a lot of this is just a big, huge miscommunication, and it blew up really bad because of just the volatility in the room, or not in the room, but on the field, basically. And I think that ultimately, this is truly what it is. Like AB, just like every football player, right? Just like every person, every grinder, anyone who works hard for something, anyone who works their ass off every single day for 10, 15 years for something, right? You feel like, okay, I should be treated with a certain amount of respect, right? Because here's the thing. AB is not paid like a superstar. He thinks he's a superstar, which he's not paid like one. You know what? That's fair because he has like some NFL records, like I'm pretty sure per game average in a season or something like that. He is an NFL Hall of Famer. I think that is kind of hard to argue he's not. Maybe not first ballot, but he probably is a Hall of Famer. So in his mind, he's thinking, okay, I may not get paid a lot of money. I may be like the fourth receiver on the roster as far as salary goes, maybe fifth, sixth. I'm not even sure, but he's not high up there. He's not Mike Evans. He's not Godwin. So in his mind, he's just like, okay, I'm still AB though. And the coaching staff sees him as just like, okay, you're only here because Tom likes you. You know what I mean? So there's probably some, resentment. I don't want to deal with this guy there. I guarantee that's kind of what Tom said. He's like, I don't know what happened, but there was a lot of yelling and stuff. And I think it came down to the coaches were probably pushing him. They said, all right, well, we gave you the painkiller. You're the fifth guy on the roster. Come on, we need you. We need you. They pressured him and pushed him and nudged him, just like football coaches do, even in high school, by the way. So in their mind, this is normal. And Bruce Arians, he's a guy who will just yell. He'll just yell. He screamed at Gronk. You know what I mean? He'll just scream at you. So if you're being a little bit off of, if you're not doing what he wants, basically, good or bad, it's the way he coaches and stuff like that. So AB didn't like the way they were talking to him. That's number one. He didn't like the way they were referring to him. They were basically saying, if you don't play, you might get cut. Basically, we might just cut you. Like, what's the point of you if you're going to be injured all the time? Which that's not cool. I don't think that's cool, especially if that's true and no one's denied that. So that's definitely not cool at all for him to do that. But from AB's perspective, he's in pain. They're losing to the Jets, and that's in everyone's perspective. They're all pissed off because they're losing to the freaking Jets. That's not cool. Brady's pissed off. He's probably screaming at him. He probably doesn't give a shit about AB's pain because he's played through a broken toe, so he doesn't give a shit. He's like, whatever, you have a rolled ankle, whatever, keep playing. I don't care. So nobody's listening to AB. He's getting mad. He doesn't want to play. He's in so much pain. He's probably pushing through it. And then, to make matters worse, this coach says something stupid like, you're going to get cut then or something like that. That's what he said. And the coach is like, well, we hadn't planned it. But then it's like, I actually believe both sides. I believe that they hadn't planned to cut AB just for sitting on the bench, but somebody probably did pop off and say something stupid. And that's what happens on these fields. Everything's emotional. And AB was like, oh, you're going to be stupid? F this, F you, and then he just started throwing his jersey off and like flew off the handle. And then he's running around the field. So everyone thinks, well, why aren't you playing? You running around the field. It hurts so bad. But that he's also on painkillers. It's the adrenaline. I get it. He's angry. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things at play here from both sides. And I think ultimately it was handled, especially by the coaching staff. Number one, horribly by them. You don't treat a player like that. You just don't, in my opinion. And number two, AB was immature.
Deal with it at the end of the game. That's something
exactly.
You just go. Let the guy sit on the bench and then deal with it in the locker room after the game. Like if AB sat down and said, "I can't go," why are you gonna? Especially with a guy like that, you know what I mean? If you push a guy like that, it's not going to end well. So just if he's like that, you just Arians should have just ignored it and said whatever and dealt with it later.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know who popped off and said that. I really don't know. I couldn't tell you, but ultimately they shouldn't have said that. Even if it was an assistant coach, I don't care who it was. If it was Arians, he shouldn't have said that. It's not something you say to a professional. And also, I was going to say with AB, he's looking at it like, bro, I sleep in satin sheets. I'm not a grinder. You're talking to the wrong guy right now. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not like homeless. I haven't been homeless for 15 years. I'm not poor. I'm wealthy. You don't talk to me that way. And I totally get that. And also, he's a hardworking professional. You shouldn't talk to anyone like that, period. Even if they are poor or begging or needing something or working, grinding, you shouldn't. But regardless, he's not. He's wealthy. He's probably wealthier than the coach that yelled at him, even if it was Arians. So you just, there's certain levels to this. You just don't talk to. You shouldn't talk to anyone like that. That's my ultimate takeaway. Let's see. Mentions illegal drug pushing.
And I agree with you. Both sides handled it really, really bad. Both sides handled it bad.
He said, "Lol, sure." No, I swear.